on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, back at it again with another team builder. If you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and hit that, bell too, so you don't miss any of the videos that I'm going to be posting soon, because we are going to have the first battles with this new team on Tuesday. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications on, so that you can check out that video as soon as it drops on Tuesday, which will be sometime in the afternoon, like usual. Share this video with your friends and anything like that too. If you guys do enjoy this, we are on our way to 200 subscribers and 300 by the end of the year, hopefully. Obviously, there will be no battles in this video, so that's just a disclaimer. So if you guys are really hoping to see battles, and you don't really care about team builders, then obviously this one is not as much for you as it would be for other people who enjoy watching the team builders, which I do, because it always allows you to learn more about your Pokemon battling. That's always, I might be a decent Pokemon battler, but I'm obviously not the best in the world, and no matter how good you are, you can always learn more from watching other people like this. I love watching team builders, right? It helps me understand a lot of different things. So, but obviously, I'm going to be explaining the stats, the moves, the abilities, the items, all that good stuff for you guys, so you know why I use the certain Pokemon. That way you can refer back to this at any time, and if you're wondering, why I want to do that. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions for stats or moves or abilities or anything like that you think might be better, let me know down below in the comments. And if I happen to pick one of your sets, if I think it works better, I'll even give you a shout out in the video when I change it. But obviously, if we change anything from this, if we change anything about a certain Pokemon or the team in this video, I will have it at the beginning of whatever video the next video is after we change it. And then I'll just have it short, and I'll be like, okay, we changed this. I'm not just going to change something and not tell you guys. But, of course, you guys are always welcome to try out this team if you want. Feel free. But, yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get right into the team builder. I've worked harder on this team than I have on any team I've ever made. Now, it is not the best, most foolproof team in the world, but I think it'll be good. So, let me know. Let me know what you guys think down below. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. So the first Pokemon up on this list, as you guys can see, is Ripper the Garchomp. Now, in honor of the Sinnoh remakes, I was like, you know what? Let's throw on the Sinnoh Pseudo Legendary, right? I've wanted to use Garchomp competitively for a while. I have yet to use it. We are working our way through the Pseudo Legendaries, so right now we are at Garchomp. So obviously there's a lot of different sets you can run. I've seen Choice Band too, which was definitely a thought of mine, but there were obviously a couple moves that I have on this guy that you can't run with it. So I was like, you know what? I think Life Orb will be better, right? It gives it a little bit of an extra oomph. And Rough Skin is going to help us, so if Pokemon make contact with us, they will take damage as well. There was no sense in running Sand Rush. Is it Sand Rush or Sand Veil? I think it's Sand Rush, right? Oh, Sand Veil. So it is Sand Veil. Okay, so obviously we don't have Sword or Sandstorm up, so Garchomp is not going to be nearly as good. Of course, if we did have something like, I don't know, what sets up like T-Tar, right? If we had Tyranitar, Ripper might be good on that too, but obviously we don't, so we're going with Rough Skin. With Stomping Tantrum, Dragon Claw, Swords Dance, and Protect. I obviously wanted Swords Dance on there because it boosts the attacking power by 2 stages. However, if you guys know anything about me and using stat boosting moves, I always throw them on the Pokemon because I think they sound really, really awesome, and then I never end up using them. And that's okay, but at the same time, I really want to start doing better with that kind of stuff. So, because he is relatively bulky, when Ripper comes out, I think most of the time we are going to be going for a Swords Dance, as long as, we can't get O-Code on that turn, if I don't think we could. But I think Swords Dance is going to be really, really great. Protect is also nice to kind of scout for Pokemon who have stuff like Ice Punch, or even like Ice Beam or something like that, because, there's a lot of Pokemon that get it. All water types tend to get Ice Beam, or a lot of water types do, or at least Ice type moves. So it is always nice just to have for scouting. Of course, if you want to target the other Pokemon and KO it, and you're worried it might hit Garchomp, Super Effective, all that kind of stuff. You guys know what Protect does. And then we have Stomping Tantrum and Dragon Claw. Now, I was gonna, since we are running physical, because there's not really any sense of running special. I was going to run Earthquake, right? And then I was going to do Telepathy on Coco, and and obviously doesn't do anything on Moltres. But I didn't think that it was really that good of an idea because of the fact I actually had another Pokemon on this team before that had the air balloon, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I really don't want it to be totally relying on only being able to go for Earthquake when I have 2 of the Pokemon out at the same time. And I would 100% make the mistake of being like, oh, I can go for Earthquake, and then forget that I'm switching out a Pokemon or something like that. So I don't want to make that mistake. So I am going with Stopping Tantrum. And then we are going with Dragon Claw over Scale Shot, specifically because if you guys don't know, Scale Shot hits between 2 and 5 times with 25 base power on every time. Of course, it's more with Swords Dance. Dragon Claw is 80 base power. So, with 3 Scale Shot hits, we are still doing more damage with Dragon Claw, right? I really don't want to totally rely on getting 4 or 5 hits with Scale Shot every time, right? Because that's definitely not optimal, right? We could get 2 or 3 hits possible every time and not be doing as much as Dragon Claw would be. So I thought it would be safer just to go for Dragon Claw, right? Because there's a 50% chance we hit less damage and a 50% chance that we hit more. So I think Dragon Claw is just the safer bet for that. Also, its stab. His stats here, he is an Adamant Nature with 252 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, and then 4 in speed. Now, I wanted him to be as bulky as he could be. I thought about running, the Tank Chomp set with max HP and max defense. But at the same time, there are a lot of Pokemon who run stuff like Ice Beam. There are a lot of Pokemon who run Moonblast. Stuff like that our defense is not going to be helping us with. And I think adding that 252 into attack is going to help us knock out a lot of Pokemon. Now, this guy isn't frail by any means. He's not bulky, but he's not frail. So we should be able to take some hits well, as long as they're not, 4 times effective, or even just regular super effective. So that's Garchomp. Definitely one that I really, really wanted to use, and one that I'm excited to use. Now, the next one up on this list is Ariel, the Galarian Moltres. Now, if you guys know anything about me, you know that we sort of have a little bit of a nemesis here on the Nitro channel, or Variety channel, and that is Galarian Moltres. We have only had 1 video in the entirety of our Pokemon Showdown series, 65 episodes, and we have never beaten a team that had a Galarian Moltres on it, except for in 1 battle, 1 video, we beat 2 teams that had a Galarian Moltres, right? And every video since, and every video before, I'm pretty sure, we have lost to Galarian Moltres. So I thought, instead of, fearing the beast, why don't we embrace it and use it ourselves? So I thought that would be really cool. Now, before we get into it, I have 2, fun facts about Galarian Moltres that I think are pretty interesting. One, you guys may already know, but the Pokedex entries for the Galarian birds say that they are only called the Galarian birds because they resemble the Cantonian ones, right? They don't actually say they're Galarian versions of the Pokemon. They just say they call them, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres because they look like them. Which I thought is kind of interesting, meaning that they may not be, this may not actually be a Moltres. It may just be a Pokemon that looks like it. However, I really believe they're just the Galarian versions. I think it's just odd wording. But the other thing is that I'm a huge fan of shiny Pokemon. You guys know that. Everybody knows that. And my favorite shiny Pokemon of all time are the Galarian birds. And I usually, the newer Pokemon, I don't really have a love for those shiny Pokemon as much as Pokemon that I've seen shiny over and over again, and I've had, and right, it's harder to develop a connection with that shiny Pokemon over new ones. However, strictly because their shiny forms are just the coloration of their Cantonian forms, that is amazing to me. I absolutely love it. Now, obviously, you can't get them legitimately, so we can't have a shiny Moltres here, but I'll show you what the shiny looks like here. That shiny Galarian Moltres. I mean, you cannot tell me that doesn't look amazing. Obviously, we can't have it because you can't get them legitimately, right? Nintendo's dangled these shiny Pokemon in our face and was like, oh, gotta be quicker than that. Nope. But they have no intention of releasing these shiny forms. So because for some reason we can't shiny hunt them, we have no idea if we'll ever get the shiny forms. But they're absolutely my favorite shinies. Hands out. They're beautiful. The colors really pop on, I think Articuno is my favorite, and maybe Moltres, but Articuno is definitely my favorite. Zapdos, they don't work as well on Zapdos, but they still, I don't really care for Galarian Zapdos, so, but I really, really do like Moltres. So those are the cool facts. So obviously we're running Berserk, which is the only one you can move. Heavy duty boots with Air Slash, Fiery Wrath, Sucker Punch, and Protect. I think this is the only other Pokemon on this team that has Protect, so we're not running Protect on all of them. But obviously Berserk makes it so your special attack is boosted once you get very low on health. Obviously this Pokemon does not get access to Roost, which I think is kind of stupid because its Cantonian version gets access to Roost, and it's a bird. All bird Pokemon usually get access to Roost, but I do understand the fact that they don't want to make it easier to get down into Berserk range and then heal up. So obviously we can't heal it, but you know that's alright. Heavy duty boots allows us not to take super effective damage from stealth rocks. We also don't have to worry about toxic spikes or regular spikes or sticky webs or anything like that. Not that really sticky webs will matter too much because we're not super fast, but you know it is what it is. And then we have Air Slash, Fiery Fiery Wrath, not Wraith, Sucker Punch, and Protect. Air Slash is good for Stab, Special type, Flying type. I think most of the time we'll be going for Fiery Wrath, which is Stab, Dark type. I think most of the time we'll be going for that. Obviously, we could go for Air Slash against like fighting types and stuff, but we have a lot of other Pokemon. I just wanted that on there because it doesn't get a the best move pool in the world, and it's also just, you know, hits hard. Sucker Punch is there for priority, meaning that it will always go first and will always hit the Pokemon as long as it's not going, as long as there's not a move with a higher priority and the Pokemon's actually going for the move. I think a lot of people understand that Moltres does get Sucker Punch, so there is a chance of something like protecting and us not being able to go for Sucker Punch, even though if they protected, that would make it so we couldn't hit it anyways. But still, Sucker Punch we do have. That is one thing this team lacks, is priority, since apparently for some reason Milotic does not get Aqua Jet, which I don't know why, but it doesn't. So we only have priority on 2 of our Pokemon on this team. So, and strangely enough, I really don't think a lot of people will see it coming on the other one. So, yeah, so Sucker Punch is good there for priority when we need it, and then Protect is obviously there for Protect reasons. And then the stats, it is max HP, max special attack with 4 in speed, and with a modest nature, right? So we can be doing as much damage as we can and staying around for as long as we can, right? That's totally it. It doesn't have a terrible HP, and its special defense is not awful either. So if we get hit by like a Thunderbolt or something, we have a chance to live it, as long as it's not from like a Regieleki or something like that, because you know we have decent stats in that department. So I think that's pretty cool. But that's the stats for Moltres, and that is definitely Moltres. Hopefully this Pokemon is as good as I'm assuming it to be, right? I have yet to use any of the legendary birds competitively, so we'll see. Now up next is Guardian, the Tapu Koko, one of the only Tapus that we have not used yet, except for Bulu, right? Which I had plans for Bulu. I just have something I kind of want to do, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how to work that in to a team. I did want to go with something that could get Rising Voltage, but at the same time, I think Koko will be really good. I did decide to run Choice Specs over a support team, or a support one. I was going to run Reflect and Light Screen, but at the same time, I really don't see myself using those too much, because as good as I know they are, I really don't ever really use those, and you don't really see them too much competitively anyways. You do sometimes, but I don't really ever see myself going for Reflect or Light Screen, so I decided to just go for the regular offensive with Choice Specs. I think most of the time when we come in, we'll be Volt Switching anyways. I just realized I have U-turn on this thing and Volt Switch. I don't know what I was thinking there, like, at all. I think we'd be much better off going for something like, I don't even know, like, Roost, probably. Okay. Alright, there we go. Actually, no, not Roost, because we can't do that. You know what, guys? I'll figure this out, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I think we're just going to go with Quick Attack. You know, there's not very much Coco can do with Choice Specs. I really don't know why I was sticking with U-Turn. I think, because like I said, I was debating on a lot of different sets and everything like that. So, I did go with U-Turn. I think Quick Attack will be nice just for, again, for priority and to hit a Pokemon if we're in Trick Room and stuff like that. I think most of the time, Coco's going to be outspeeding a lot of things anyway, so we shouldn't really have to worry too much about that. But I think Quick Attack, if we need to use it, even though it is Choice Specs, if we need to use Quick Attack, we have it, right? It doesn't get a lot of other good moves to run in Choice Specs. So, I'm sorry about that. Usually I am more prepared than that. But, okay. So, obviously, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Quick Attack. With the Electric Surge, like I said, I was going to run Telepathy, but I was like, I think Electric Surge would be better for the extra boost on these Electric-type moves. Volt Switch being able, I think a lot of times we just come in, Volt Switch, hit something really, really hard, and go out. Thunderbolt is good if we want to stay in. Dazzling Gleam is the only, for some reason, he does not get Moonglass. I don't know, Lele gets it. Feeny gets it. I don't know if Bulu gets it. Bulu might get Play Rough, but I don't know for sure, because I know he's the only physical attacker, right? I believe. So he might get Play Rough. And then, for some reason, he only gets Dazzling Gleam. It is good because it hits both Pokemon, but, you know, at some point, if I would like to switch it to the Fairy Plate, I don't know. Probably not, but at the same time, Dazzling Gleam is not the best move in the world, but it'll be doing super effective Fairy-type damage if we need to. Also letting us be able to hit both slots, so if we want to do damage to another Pokemon and knock out one at the same time, we're free to do that. So, that is Guardian the Tapu Koko. His stats here is he is 252 in special attack, 252 in speed, with 4 in HP, with a timid nature. So I wanted him to be extremely fast, being able to outspeed a lot of stuff. Even without the modest nature, I think he hits extremely hard anyways. So I don't really think we have to worry too much about him not OHKOing something just because we're not modest, right? Unless it lives on like 1 without a focus edge, then maybe. But, and then I threw 4 into the HP, because if we ever live on 1, it's because of the 4 on HP. So, you know, if it happens, it happens. But, so that's Guardian the Tapu Koko, another Pokemon I'm really excited about using. The next one up on this list, okay. So before I click on this, because you guys are probably going to see the moves and be like, what? So, we have nothing for Fairy types on this team, right? Absolutely nothing. If you guys have seen any of my teams, I tend to like to run a Steel type or a Poison type just to have coverage. Well, we don't have anything for that on this team, and I couldn't figure out anything to fit in this team that would work well. So, the next Pokemon up on this list is Big Boy. Big Boy, the Magmortar. And this is his set. It's a cool set. It's a cool set, don't get me wrong. And I really hope it comes in, I really hope this works. If it doesn't work, then we may have to figure out something else. If it doesn't work, I'll go with like Iron Head on Tapu Koko. Okay, like I don't know. Like, we'll get rid of the specs, and I don't know. But we really don't have anything for Fairy types. Even though I think we have most of the Fairy types right now in the metagame, except for like Clefable and Comfey, are Dual type, so we can hit them super effectively without needing Steel or Poison. So we have Big Boy, the Magmortar. Now, Magmortar was actually a Pokemon that I didn't have on this team to begin with. He's the newest member, but I did want to use Magmortar. Fun fact, years ago, like 10 plus years ago, my favorite Pokemon was Machamp. But I also had a complete fascination with Electivire and Magmortar. They were like my second favorite Pokemon of all time. I love them. Now, they're still really cool Pokemon, but they're no longer like my favorite. But I do like Electivire more than Magmortar, but I think Magmortar is really cool, and I do understand that I don't think a lot of people use him because he's not fast and he's not bulky, but he's not like frail. I mean, he's not bulky in any means, but he's not like super frail. So, but yeah, so I am going with Citrus Fairy, Vital Spirit, Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Belch, and Mach Punch. Now, I understand. I was still debating on going between Fire Blast and Flamethrower, right? The only thing is that him not being extremely bulky, having a move that has a 15% chance to miss, is a little risky. However, I do believe keeping Fire Blast will help us, because I had choice specs on him on a different team, and then because I no longer have choice specs on him, I was like, okay, I think Fire Blast will be good. And then Focus Blast to hit, again, really hard against Pokemon that it needs to hit. We saw, you know, Geyser on the last team hit, or Geyser or Volcanion hit really hard with Focus Blast. So you know what? I thought we'd use it on this one. And then Mach Punch for priority, which I don't think a lot of people see coming, right? His attack isn't high. So the thing is that we can't really expect Mach Punch to ever KO unless it's like really, really low on health, like almost 1%. But it'll come in handy, I think, sometimes, maybe. Unless I end up switching that out for Protect. But I think Mach Punch will probably be better. And then, for the move you guys are all wondering about, Belch. Now, Belch was actually a move I never really looked into. When I put Magmortar on this team, I was like, okay, he's got giant cannons for arms. He can learn Flash Cannon. Nah, right? The Pokemon with literal cannons for his arms cannot get Flash Cannon. Even though he's super effective against Steel Types. But, you know, that's beyond me. Will you stop locking up on me now? And then, then I was like, okay, well, I think he gets Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb. Nah. The only moves he gets are Smog and Belch and Toxic. And I'm like, well, Toxic is not an attack. Well, it is an attacking move, but it's not an attacking move, right? It just poisons them. I'm not running Smog on a Pokemon. So I was like, you know what? What if I run Citrus? Okay, so if you guys don't know, Belch is a 120 base special attacking move, yet you can only use after a berry is consumed, right? So I was like, okay, what if I run Citrus Berry? What if he gets down low, eats the Citrus Berry, gets health back, and then I can use Belch on Fairy-type Pokemon? However, I have to be able to withstand numerous attacks to be able to do that. So that is what I have for Fairy-type Pokemon, right? If I can't KO a Pokemon in any other way, I think the Citrus Berry Belch will be good. Now, I had to do a lot of research because I've never used Belch, never seen Belch used, nothing. Now, it does allow you to switch out and come back in and still be able to use Belch, right? As long as that Pokemon consumed a berry in that video, you can use Belch. So, I think this might be a good strat, right? This will help us pretty well. I really hope I'm not going to use this, this is something to come back and bite me in the butt, but I really hope Belch is going to help us at some point in this series. If it helps us just once, then it paid off, right? Okay, and then Vital Spirit over Flame Body. The only reason I went with Vital Spirit over Flame Body is because it allows us not be able to fall asleep. Now, Flame Body really only makes it so if they make contact with me, they get poisoned or burned. And I really think that Vital Spirit, making it so we can't fall asleep, is going to be better. Because we can always come in with him against an Amoonguss and not have to worry about Spore, right? That is a big thing. I think that'll work good. He'll be like, okay, Amoonguss, use Spore. And I'll be like, not so fast, Magmortar. And then he'll be like, Magmortar will be like, nah fam, I just drank 6 espressos, I am not going to sleep. And then he hits him with a Fire Blast and KOs that Amoonguss. But yes, that's Magmortar. I am a little nervous about using him. Don't get me wrong, because I haven't seen anybody use him, but... So if we switch out a Pokemon, if any Pokemon on this team, it'll probably be Big Boy, but I'm hoping that we can keep him good. Now his stats here is he is a modest nature with 252 EVs in HP, 252 in special attack, and 4 in speed, even though doesn't really need it. And obviously modest nature, so he'll be hitting so hard. With Choice Specs, this thing is like obliterates as long as it can take a hit. So, I mean, it might be probably better off maybe going for Protect over Mach Punch, but we'll see if we think that it might be better. But so that is Magmortar. The second to last Pokemon on this list is Marvel the Milotic, one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time, and a Pokemon that I really am excited about using because I have yet to use one competitively. Well, in this generation, I should say. I'm running Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Recover, Helping Hand, Leftovers with the competitive ability. Now, Leftovers is there just to, give some health back. Competitive basically makes it so if any one of his stats is lowered, his special attack is raised. So if I come in against an Intimidate Pokemon, my attack is lowered, and it's like, nah, sir. I am going to now be doing more damage with my special attack moves. Now, I was going to go Scald over Hydro Pump, but you know what? Marvel and I had a discussion here, and she she promised me that she was gonna hit like 90% of her Hydro Pumps. Like she said that, you know, you can't promise she's gonna hit them all. I think it's a 75% accurate move. Is it 75? 80. Did they buff it? I could have sworn it was 75. Maybe not. Hey, why are you getting rid of my Ice Beam, man? Why are you getting what? Hey, wait, what? No, I got rid of Hydro Pump. Said what? Hey, bro. Not hi, bro. Okay, stop. Okay, here we go. So Ice Beam is there. Like I said, a lot of water types tend to get Ice Beam. This will be nice for flying Pokemon, Dragon Pokemon, all that good stuff. I think that'll be good. And then we obviously have Recover to get health back because Milotic is a bulky Pokemon. And then Helping Hand, I think will be really nice. As long as we have Marvel out, we can go for Helping Hand and then boost our partner Pokemon's attacking damage, right? Especially if we're afraid we're not going to knock something out. Helping Hand will be great. You know, this is a really cool move that I haven't really experimented with too much, but I've seen it quite a bit, so hopefully this will work. Now his stats, as he is 252 in EVs, he is 252 in special attack with a modest nature and 4 in speed. So his special attack is as high as it physically can be. He's going to be hitting super hard. It's going to be relatively bulky. He's pretty bulky, right? On the defensive side, he can't take as much hits, but it is still, I mean, a base 79 is pretty good in defense. So he should still be able to be relatively good here. So that is Milotic. It is not slow. It's not fast, but it's not slow. So, yeah. And then the last Pokemon up on this list is the one I am the most excited about using, right? And that is Cups, the Cradily. Now, if you guys didn't know, the only other Pokemon in this entire world that can legitimately get the ability Storm Drain, besides Gastron and Shellos, is Cradily and Lily. Right? I'm not using a Lily, and I'm 100% not using, I mean, maybe Eviolite Shellos wouldn't be awful. I'm not going to use it, but if you guys want to try it. But, you know, this Storm Drain is really well, right? With the increase in Dracovish and the increase in Rain teams I've seen, it literally makes it so they can never go for a water type move. And if they do, we draw it in, get a boost in our special attack, which is already higher than I thought. And it is actually a relatively bulky Pokemon. And it really is. And I am running Giga Drain, Rock Blast, Leech Seed, Recover with the Big Root. And if you guys didn't know, the Big Root makes it so you recover like 1/3 health more from HP stealing moves. So we're going to be getting more health back from Giga Drain and more health back with Leech Seed, right? And then Recover's there to help obviously get back up. And then Rock Blast is there just to hit pretty hard. Obviously, it is a 25 base power move. So at most it hits 50, or at least it hits 50, and at most it hits 125. So as long as we can get at least 3, you know, it would be nice. But of course, I definitely don't think we're going to be using Rock Blast as much. I could go with Rock Slide. Do you get Rock Slide? I might just go with that one instead. I don't know if it does. Oh, it does. Yeah, let's just go with that then. Why did I have Rock Blast over that? Okay. So, we're going to do that. I don't know why I had that. And then, Giga Drain. So, the one thing that... I love Gastron, right? My favorite Pokemon to use competitively of all time. I love Slimy Slime to Gastrodon. 100% using one in my Shining Pearl playthrough. But the thing is about Gastrodon is that it gets Storm Drain. It draws in the Water-type moves, but then can no longer hit the Water-type Pokemon for super effectively. This is completely nullified with Cradily, right? It can 100% hit Pokemon that, you know, Water-type Pokemon super effective. And it can hit Pokemon like Pelipper for super effective, also with Rock Slide. So that's pretty cool. Or is it neutral? I think it's super effective. So I think this Pokemon is going to be very well, and I think it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard, right? Especially with the Big Root being able to. I have a real feeling this thing is just not gonna die. But yeah. But that is the team, guys. A quick recap: we have Ripper, the Garchomp with Stomp Transfer, Dragon Claw, Sword Stance, Protect, Rock, or Rough Skin with the Life Orb. We have Ariel, the Galarian Moltres, with their Air/Fiery Wrath, Sucker Punch, Protect, Berserk, and Heavy Duty Boots. We have Guardian, the Tapu Koko, with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Quick Attack, Electric Surge, and Choice Specs. We have Big Boy with Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Belch, Mach Punch, Vital Spirit, Citrus Berry. We have Marvel, the Milotic, with Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Recover, Hydro Pump, Competitive, and Leftovers. And last but definitely not least is Cups, the Crate with Giga Drain, Rock Slide, Leech Seed, Recover, Storm Drain, and the Big Root. Oh, I didn't go over his stats. So, yeah, obviously it's 252 in HP, 252 in special attack, and then 4 special defense with a modest nature, right? So, it'll be hitting really, really hard and trying to stay around as long as it's physically possible. But that's it. So, that is the team. If you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Make sure you have that notification bell on, because in just a couple days, you guys are going to be getting that first video with this team. And hopefully it works out well, right? I'm about to record this here in about 2 minutes, so bless my soul, I really hope this works. Otherwise, you guys are getting a totally different team builder, because if this team really isn't... I've done some practice battles, and it's been decent, but it's a whole nother ball game when you're recording, so much more pressure. So, hopefully this team is as good as I think. But, again, if you guys... That isn't going to be it for me. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. You can check out the playlist tab for Pokemon Showdown if you want. That's going to roll in the end card here in a second. Or, you guys can just go over to the playlist section if you want and check out that. You can check out the Ori and the Blind Forest playthrough that we are about 70% of the way through about now. So, actually, at the time of you guys seeing this, we are not 70% of the way through. But I have videos recorded for this week that now we are about 70% of the way through. So, check those out if you guys are interested. But other than that, guys, that is going to be it from me. Like I say at the end of every video, I am the Nitro General. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Nitro General out. Peace.